What's going down, everybody? This is your boy Big Drewski. Just to let you know, this episode and every episode of Space Bucket Growing with Drewski is brought to you by Rain Man Space Bucket Micro Grows. You can find them on Instagram at mostly safe and the number 8. You can find the click to their Etsy store in their bio, and you can see where we got our Rain Man model space bucket from, and you can get one of your own. So once again, follow us on whatarewedoing_podcast. Click over to our sponsor, Rain Man Space Bucket Micro Grows. That's mostly safe 8 on Instagram, and make sure that you click the link in their Etsy store. Check out one of their space buckets, get one of your own, and join us on this quest of space bucket growing with Drewski and Stacks. Once again, Rain Man Space Bucket Micro Grows. Find them on Etsy. Now, let's start off the show. Hey, what's going down, you guys? It's another edition of Space Bucket Growing with Drewski. This is your boy, Drewski, and we're getting into another fabulous edition of Space Bucket Growing. So, as you guys know, you've heard about the grow plans. It's fall. Grow plans are commencing. We're going to jump right into this thing. We've been contemplating our seed selection for a while just because, you know what I'm saying, we've got a few to pick from that are actually in the pristine collection there. And I finally figured out what I'm going to do. So Tinkerbell and Oasis Cultivations Granddaddy Purple Cross is what I think we're going to stumble upon here and start to work with. So we got those getting bathed up, you know what I'm talking about. We don't know what we're going to get out of the Tinkerbell. And that's just because there's male and female seeds spread awry throughout our whole collection that we do have. And so we're hoping, to get a little bit of both. If we do get a male, we are going to switch our conditions, make it a little baby plant, sprout it, and hopefully we get a female that we get to cross it with. Or we have one that we have access to in the near future, you know what I'm talking about? And we'll get that going. So that's the hopes for if we get a male. We're not just going to trash them. We're actually experiment and get everything going. I also want to get into, building the grow room like we keep planning, but it's fall. We can get into growing with space buckets again, the core theme of the show. So we're going to get the LED lights out of retirement. They took a little break. Now we're going to break them right the fuck back on in. We got timers and everything like that, so everything will be set and pretty much automated while I'm at work, and we'll get things going that way. But we're going to use both the 135 and 180 watt LED lights. One's Galaxy Hydro, and one is the Apollo Horticulture. I still can't say that word right. But we do have both of them. The Roladero Galaxy Hydro is the 135 water. The Apollo is the 180. So I do expect rapid growth out of 180 versus the 135, but they're both LED lights, so they're going to promote fast growth in these plants regardless of what happens. So we're just going to see what happens between the two LEDs, and then we're going to go from there. For now, we got to get temperatures and everything back right, which we're loving right now because of the fall. You don't really have to worry about it too much now. Humidity and extra heat and, heat waves flashing through and coolers and ACs breaking. Now you got to keep your plant warm. Easy. You can keep that going all day. But, the heat is what killed the plants. So I'm glad the summertime's over. I actually see the Vegas struggle of living in Vegas and having to deal with the heat. Sometimes you can just get too much. And then when you're growing plants and you really see what being too much can really be, that shit will fuck with you, man. So that's just one of those lessons that, fortunately enough, we learned. We can prevent in the future. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things that we're kind of I'm glad happened. Um, Jeez. Now that we have the right temperatures to actually go off of, I'm kind of excited to get back into it. Now that I don't have the time to actually be on my plant like 24 hours a day, though, it's gonna build anticipation for growing and what's gonna go down with the plant and how I'm gonna treat it and my timing and things of that nature. So this is gonna be really dependent on my night and day schedule. Getting up, doing things a certain way, letting the timer work, you know what I'm saying? Making sure I don't have light leak in any of the buckets. So a couple of things got revamped in the 135 watt LED one. We're adding another light shield slash fan shroud to one of the spacers. We're going to build a few more spacers because now we know I think we're at 11 for both. So that's like max height once everything starts flowering up. 11 spacers in total. That is including the space maintained by the LED light spacer. I do include that. I count that as 2. And that thing right there with the extra 100 watt boost is really going to help one of the plants. We just got to see which one of the plants it's going to be. I do want a male plant just to see what's going to happen and what you can do with a male plant. But I do want to grow some weed too. So that's just one of those things that, you got to keep going, keep striving, be on that still path, just still growing. Even if you fail, still grow, because you never know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You're going to learn a lot of things about technique and gardening and things of that nature. So, for me, I take it as a real personal thing to actually learn these things and keep them in my head. I don't really learn too much by like writing things down and, taking tests, but I'm a hands-on person. Just tell me what to do, man. Or don't tell me what to do and have me figure it out, because then if I figure it out, I'm really going to have to master it. And if I really have to master something, y'all going to see it at its best. So no half-stepping. And that being said, now that we know our spacer height's going to be increased, what I want to do is build an additional LED light spacer with fans. Just another thing to keep temperature control at bay. So it'll be in total, I think like 4 spacers set up. If it gets done right, you know what I'm saying, with the wrapping of LED, spacing it a certain way. You just got to plan that whole thing out. But I want to do it. I'm not saying it's going to be done anytime soon. It's just another engineering feat that I want to actually get into. Look at it, plan that out, see how it's going to happen, see what, engineering feats are going to have to be put into that, and then go from there. So, those are things I want to do. But let's just be realistic. We have what we have now. We're going to make that motherfucking shit work. So, we're going to get back to the game, growing these plants, you know what I'm saying, growing this medicine that actually helps motherfuckers, especially me. My attitude, has been so much better since I've had some cannabis in my life. Shout out to Blazy Susan, Smoke, Pipe, Fatties, Premium Papers, and Kong Wraps for keeping me high as a motherfucker. So, now we get to grow these plants from Oasis Cultivations and Rain Man Gardens, and we're going to go from there. So hopefully we get some nice, good bud out of these things, and, hopefully you continue, with the series. So I'm going to keep this thing going. We're going to go back to like the rapid pace series things, just because of the growing and how my work schedule is going to be. I'm going to want to document a lot. So I'm going to be documenting, editing, and then posting up the whole brand new show format for you guys. So hopefully you guys stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? You can find us on Stitcher, the Elevated Lifestyle Media Group podcasts. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Space Bucket Growing with Drewski. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Space Bucket Growing with Drewski. You can find us on the Spreaker Network under What Are We Doing, and the Space Bucket Growing with Drewski series. And also stream us on YouTube. Look under the Andrew Hatcher Jr. That's my personal page, but we do stream the podcast from there. So, just look for the links. Click on one of those links, man. Whatever you prefer to do. If you, don't have any of the apps installed on your phone, just watch it on YouTube then. Stream. You know what I'm saying? But that's me just giving y'all a quick little update of what's going down. The new networks that were on Stitcher and the Las Vegas Cannabis Radio. Check for our show on Saturday nights. So if you're listening to this on a Saturday night, shout out. Thank you so very much for keeping us in mind there. Listening to what we're planning on doing or what I'm planning on doing. We do have our weekly session as well. What are we doing? So you can hear me and you can hear us. You know what I'm saying? When I say us, that's my partner Stacks and them. You know what I'm talking about? We get things going over there. That's one of the more real life portions of this show. We get into what Stacks is doing over there with the auto seeds because he's growing them autos quick and fast and in a hurry. We got a nice update coming in for you since he's come back from California. So we're going to get that going. But for Facebook Growing with Drewski, we're out.